God bless. I want to give honor to God who is the head over my life. So I'm reading from Isaiah 32, verses 1 through 8. My subject is the kingdom of righteousness. Okay. See, a king will region in righteousness and rulers will rule with justice. Each one will be like a shelter from the wind and a refuge from the storm. So let me go on this verse and explain what um, is being talked about. Someday these people would, having suffered much injustice, there's a lot of people in the world that are suffering much injustice in the world, and the Lord is bringing justice back for the unjust. Okay, so again, it explains having suffered much injustice from evil rulers. Many in Judah were hungry by a strong king who would rule with complete justice. It wouldn't happen. This desire will only be fulfilled when Christ reigns. Evil will be banished, and the king will reign in righteousness and rule with justice. In the immediate future of Isaiah prophecy, Judah will be destroyed and taken into captivity, but one day God's Son King, unlike any other king, would reign. So, you know, it's saying in this that that Judah would be destroyed and Christ would region. Jesus would region and make everything right. Okay. Um okay, so let's go back on verse 2. Like streams of water in the desert in the shadow of great rock and thirsty land. Verse 3. There then the eyes of those who see will no longer be closed, and the ears of those who hear will listen. 4. The fearful heart will know and understand, and their streaming tongue will be fluent and clear. 5. No longer will the fool be called noble, nor the slanderer be highly respected, for fools speak folly. Their hearts are bent on evil. They practice ungodliness. They spread error concerning the Lord. The hungry they leave empty, and from thirsty they withhold water. Squanderers use wicked methods. They make up evil shams to destroy the poor with lies. Even when the plea of the needy is just, but the noble make noble plans, and by noble deeds they stand. Um, have you ever you ever been around your grandfather or grandmother and they always say if you follow up a fool then you would be a fool, so in some things in this reading is telling you that let the Lord do what he is going to do. Okay, because there are going to be a lot of people that's going to trample on God's people. um you know um there's a lot of people now that are like squandering tongues, like their tongues move in wickedness, you know what I'm saying? But if you follow up a fool, then that would make you a fool, you know what I'm saying? Because in everything that you do, always remember that God is still in control, you know. So it says, nor the slanderer be highly respected. So a slanderer that lies and manipulates and just kind of like mistreats the poor, or deal with injustice, they are the ones that are highly respected. They're highly respected because of their deeds. They're highly respected for tearing down the poor. They're highly respected because of the lies that comes out their mouth. They're highly respected because they have no shame in what they do. They're highly respected is because the only thing on gaining respect is telling lies. And the Lord is saying on this, he said, if you follow up a fool, you become a fool along with the fool. Okay? So in everything that you do, always be led by the Lord, and always stay in prayer. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're walking like the Lord, you can't follow up things that are not godly. Okay? And it says, slanderers use wicked methods. They make up evil shams to destroy the poor with lies, even when the plea of the needy is just. But the noble make noble plans, and by noble deeds they stand. But see, noble men and women of God, they make noble plans. They make noble plans with the Lord. They stay in prayer. They let the Lord lead them. And this is how the noble deeds that they do stands, because the Lord is leading them. All right. Let's go on because I want to explain. Okay, 32 5 and 6. When the righteous kings come, people motives will be transparent. Fools will not be regarded as noble heroes. Those who have oppressed God's standards of living will be unable to maintain their deception in the blazing light of the Holy Savior. Sin cannot disguise itself and appear good. Christ revealed light shines into the dark corners of our hearts, showing sin clearly for what it is. When King Jesus regions in your heart, he leaves no room for sin, no matter how well you think you have hidden it. The people turned their backs on God and concentrated on their own pleasures. This warning is given not just to the women of Jerusalem, to all who sits back in thoughtless enjoying crops, clothes, land, and cities, while on enemies approach, wealth and luxurious brings false security, looting us into thinking all is well when disaster is around the corner. By abandoning God's purpose for our lives, we also abandon his help. Okay, so thus I have read Isaiah 32, verses 1 through 8, and everything that you do, make sure that you are dealing in justice and not dealing with injustice, because when people that do injustice is exonerated and favored, it's not sitting well with the Lord. But when you deal in justice, then the Lord is highly favored on earth. But when there is someone that's dealing injustice, then the Lord comes in for that person that's dealing injustice, and he walks through with his judgment. So make sure in everything that you do, you're not exonerating a person that is doing injustice, that you're not following behind pagans that's dealing injustice, okay? Because God works in justice, not injustice. So my subject is the kingdom of righteousness, okay? God bless.